Hello, my name is Floyd, and today I will be discussing IBM Security Identity Manager's retry processing. The following tech note that I have here goes into very good detail on retry processing and the settings that control it. Leave this up for a few more seconds so that you can copy down the URL. Or an easier way I have found is to go into Google, search ISIM retry processing, and voila. Here we have the tech note. What is ISIM retry processing? Well, ISIM retry processing is the method that ISIM uses to try to reconnect to an adapter when, for whatever reason, the adapter's gone down, there's a network issue, or the endpoint that the adapter is providing service for has become unavailable. This tech note goes through extensive details as to the settings in the enroll properties file that control this. We take a brief look, resource providers deferred failed resource. This setting determines if, in fact, retry processing is going to be done. It is universal, meaning it controls retry processing for all services defined with ISIM. By default, it is true, meaning that retry processing will be performed. It is definitely not advised that you set this to false. There might be a special circumstance, but it would be highly unlikely. The next thing we have is the interval setting. Interval is how often ISIM will attempt to reestablish a connection to the service or the adapter. Again, the default is shown here is 600, which is in seconds or 10 minutes. The third setting we have is max request time. This is the length of time that ISIM will attempt to continue retrying connections to the failed adapter. The default, as you see here, is -1, which means we will continually attempt to contact that adapter again until we reestablish connection. So what does this all mean? Well, if we log into our console, and of course use the right password, go into Manage Services. The first method you can tell is if a service is down, we have retry processing going, is the status field. As you see, for my Windows AD adapter, it is currently marked as failed, meaning that we cannot establish a connection. If we select that, go into status and information, we get all sorts of information. The last status update is key here. So while retry processing is taking place, ISIM will, as we saw, the default every 10 minutes attempt to reestablish a connection to that AD adapter. Another way we can go and check status of a service or an adapter is to go into the resource providers table in the ISIM database. This has lots of useful information. Provider ID, the resource DN is the actual distinguished name in the ISIM LDAP for that service. Recon status, the last date, time a recon was run. Max duration for a recon if it is set. If the service is locked, which would be 1 in this case, it means a recon is in process. The field we really want to go is interesting for retries is resource status. 0 means the adapter is active and connected to ISIM. A 1 here, as we see with our AD adapter, means that resource is down. And this is what will trigger the retry processing. Hopefully this provides you a little better understanding of retry processing with ISIM. And again, that TechNote, as he gave you information to, has extensive information. Thank you.